3 hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, after show time, we have Jim and Michelle with us. Hey, guys.
Hello.
I take it you're having a hot time in the old town tonight.
Oh,
yeah.
Where's a drum roll when you need it?
Your air conditioning went out.
Da-da-boom. Yes, we lost air today.
Oh, man.
But it's only like 1,000 degrees and 140% humidity.
And there's no humidity where you are either, right?
It's
None.
a dry humidity.
None.
It's 112%. Right. Is that possible?
It's hailing.
All right, let's go to the phones. We got line 3. Scott's with us out of Toledo, Ohio. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Tom. Great to talk to you. Just a little thing about my dad, who I idolized all my life. When he was, back in '96, I bought my first .44 Magnum Revolver, the 4-inch Smith 629.
Oh, boy.
I brought it over to Mom and Dad's house and put it in front of him because he was sitting there eating lunch, and he says, "What's that?" I said, "Open the box." And he opened the box, and he said, "Holy crap, there's a .44 Magnum." Well, he didn't say crap. But, yeah.
We'll interpolate,
I said,
yeah.
I said, "Yeah, you want to shoot it?" And he just tapped me over his glasses, and he says, "No." Well,
no. You presented this revolver. Your dad says, "No, I don't want to shoot it." But then the next time you go out to the range, you got it with you, right?
Yeah, damn if I know how that happened. But, yeah, he fired all 6 shots, and he was a good sport about it. And he told me what I could do with it afterwards. Because he liked this 38.
So he wasn't telling you should go shoot it more or something. He had something else you could do with that gun.
I think he had some storage ideas for him.
Yeah, I guess he was leaving that up to me whether I wanted to shoot it or not. But, yeah, I sold it later. And I sold it later, and I regretted it, so now I have another one.
Attaboy.
Well,
But,
you would not be the first person who has fired Magnum loads out of a .44 Magnum and then sold it, and then later on realized, I could have shot .44 Special or light loads and made it a lot more fun to shoot.
Well, I loved it. I mean, I was, lifting weights and everything. The recoil, I love the recoil. That's one of the reasons I bought the short barrel, the 4-inch barrel. But I hit hard times, I needed some quick cash, and, a guy I was working for, he had some money, and I showed it to him, and he still got it, and he wouldn't take twice what he gave me for it, so I had to go buy a new one.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Hey, Tom, how come the 4-inch blued model 29 is not available? I wanted one, and I couldn't. They're not available. They're just generally not available.
Michelle, any thoughts?
I think they moved the 29, the standard 29, to their classic line, and they probably only make that in a 6-inch just due to its popularity or not being that popular with the stainless now.
You may have to be shopping on the used market for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I've seen some used ones, and I've seen one in a catalog that had a gold-plated trigger and hammer, but yeah, generally the 4-inch model. I mean, I've looked at my shooter's Bible from '96, and it's not even in there. What is it about the 4-inch model? I can't get a blued one.
Well, for most people, they're going to use a .44 mag for hunting, and that, of course, is not a legal barrel length for most states for hunting.
Well,
but they've come out now.
The stainless is just so much more popular.
Right. I was going to say, they come out now with that 629, and it's just easier to take care of.
Yeah.
And they've made them a wide enough rib on top that they're already drilled and tapped, actually. You can put a scope up on there.
But I know what you're saying. I like the blued models. You might just check both with their classic line. And here's the thing. And Michelle, these companies, and Smith & Wesson is one of them, they'll bring out a product and it's there for a year or 2, maybe 3, and then all of a sudden it's not there, and you've been thinking, I got to get one of those. What do you mean they're not there anymore?
Right. And sometimes they pop them through their performance center.
That's a good point. You can check the Performance Center and see what they have there. You get some interesting things going on there as well.
And there could be a reformed masochist group formed somewhere that, we no longer want to shoot .44 mags, so we're selling them cheap.
Well,
Used guns for you, Scott.
It's funny, too, because...
that when it comes around.
It's funny, too, because, of course, they've come out with these new 3-inch guns. I don't know that I'd want to. I don't know that I'd want to shoot it either. But
well, I mean, and I got to tell you, I love my little 3-inch 7-shot 357 Smith. That is just a delightful gun. And then I looked and said, "Oh, but wait, they have the same frame, the same 3-inch barrel, and a 44 Magnum and a 5-shot." And so, of course, what I would do is I would just use that as a 44 special. I wouldn't even bother shooting Magnums in that. But I think hard cast, lead bullets, a 44 special, that would be sweet.
Yeah, I love specials. It feels like a BB gun when you shoot it.
Yeah, it really does.
But when I shoot Magnums, that's the reason I bought the short barrel, because short barrels kick harder. I love the kick. I mean, it's not the biggest, baddest on the block anymore, but it's the classic. It's the classic.
Are you by chance a boxer, or do you just like let people beat you up now and then? What's the deal?
I don't know. I got bad hips, a bad back. I used to lift weights a lot. I just like abusing myself, I guess. I don't know.
Didn't learn the lesson yet.
Somebody just go ahead and hit me. It's kind of the same as going out and shooting these 44 mags all the time.
Well, I'll be 50 this year, and I'll tell you what, if you want a hobby, like I used to be in the cars, if you want a hobby that you can enjoy from a wheelchair, it'll be handguns. So I'm thinking about that.
Just put your brake on.
Excellent. Very well done. All right. I appreciate the call, sir. Yeah, just put your brake on. Otherwise, you're going to be back by the cars when you have to shoot.
Well, you know what? You could put one brake on and just be going in circles.
Oh, yeah. Shoot yourself back around to the firing points. Goodness.
Did I see a video somewhere, guys, of somebody like either on a skateboard or something shooting a full auto and going backwards? Does that ring any bells?
Wow.
Stop.
If it's not out there, but we got to do it if it's not there.
You should do that. We'll tape it.
I can shoot the gun. The skateboard thing is probably not such a great idea for me. It's got to. I think I already broke a bone a couple of weeks ago, so let's not go with doing any more of those.
To be continued.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break here, and then you guys can get out your little paper fans and cool yourselves off, and we'll be back with more after show.
Think all ammo's the same? Think again. Aguila Ammunition uses the highest quality materials and is one of the world's largest rimfire manufacturers. Want silent 22 ammo, powderless Super Colibri, and Sniper Subsonic merely whisper. For light recoil and big performance, mini shells make any shotgun a pleasure to shoot. Match grade and the Hyperfast Super Maximum and Interceptor 22 loads get the maximum for your rifle or pistol. Visit aguilaammo.com/rimfire. Feed your firearm.
Tactical professionals who put their lives on the line every day depend on Surefire. Since 1979, Surefire has designed, machined, and assembled the finest flashlights and weapon-mounted lights right here in the U.S. From everyday carry flashlights with 1,200 lumens and mil-spec hard anodized finishes to the most reliable weapon lights on the market for duty use or your home defense firearm, Surefire has what you need. American built, American strong. Visit surefire.com.
All right, we're back, and it is the long, hot summer going on for Jim and Michelle. What'd you do, man? Did you overload your system and break it all down?
Well, run in the air, and it blew a breaker, and so we killed the air and threw the breaker back on and said, no, I'm still too hot. So we're going, UPS, please keep running, UPS.
Oh, I see. We're running on battery power now?
We were. No, we're back.
Oh, okay.
We're back. No, we even have indoor plumbing now. No, we're back to regular power, but we're white knuckling it there for a bit.
That's funny. I thought you were calling for a delivery with UPS.
No.
We were running on FedEx, but then it switched over to the UPS.
There's so much I don't understand about this conversation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's like our buddy Scott. I wanted to get him a T-shirt that said Honda. And then he could, wheel into a biker bar here in town and say, Harley suck. And I go, that's the guy
just
probably
get his
shoots
daily
a 44.
dose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like shooting. And Michelle Smith has the beast with the Scandium 44 Magnum Revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Featherweight.
A featherweight 44 Magnum.
Not it.
What could go wrong?
Just saying.
I would imagine that there have been some of those that have been sold like with only 2 of the chambers dirty.
Sure.
You know, I guess the second one you're going, because the first one you go, son of a...
Who put a hot load in there?
One more. How bad can it be? Boom, we go, mother... I'm done. I'm out of here.
That's why you sit on the ground and you shoot. You do somersault backwards. You get back up and you shoot.
Well, it's like, as a kid, did you ever have a firecracker go off in your hand?
Oh, no.
No.
You guys never had fun.
No, we weren't living, I guess.
Oh, yeah, man. We had black cats going off in your hand, you know. You can't feel anything for a couple of days. It's kind of like that when you shoot that gun.
Right.
What could you hear?
Huh?
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. or you know, when you got we used to have like a paper sack full of, would take all the firecrackers apart, all the, you know, the fuses are wound together. Take them apart so you have individuals just in a paper sack, and you're sitting there lighting them one at a time and throwing them. Lighting them one at a time and throwing them. Then you drop one in the sack, right, you know, when you're sitting on the ground, and it's right between your legs.
No.
It's time to leave right now.
Good spot to be in, huh?
Yeah, we be going now. Oh, Lordy.
Should have been a little bit more supervision.
Yeah, well, that's okay. And then, of course,
Get outside.
And when I grew up, we did our firecrackers in the winter and around Christmas time, not 4th of July. So the grass was always very dry. So we also learned to do the Louisiana two-step for getting the yard to stomp it out. So,
Dad's on his way home.
We get the bucket brigade.
call my brother, "Kid, get over here." Because it kind of just burns in a line, so you kind of have to get out there. And the circle gets bigger and bigger as it expands, and you just have to stomp a circle.
I'm surprised for how long you've been shooting, and I know you were protection, but how long you've been shooting and you were a drummer. I'm surprised your hearing's actually remarkably well.
I don't know, and I've thought about that. I've thought about actually getting it tested because I think my hearing is good. Of course, the problem is you don't know what you're not hearing.
True, but I mean, you know.
But yeah, it's pretty good.
You can tell when you talk to somebody if you're repeating yourself all the time. Or
Right. Well, I was very fortunate that my dad started me off wearing hearing protection.
What?
Shooting, yes.
Huh? Sorry.
So I never shot guns without hearing protection except when hunting. And it was weird because we didn't wear them hunting. Now, I can understand that for deer hunting, but when you're out shooting doves or something like that, and now I do wear hearing protection when I'm hunting. When I'm hunting birds, anyway, not deer and elk.
Electric, though, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
In a duck blind, I'll wear plugs or muffs. The electric's better because you can hear birds flying.
Or other hunters, no?
Well, in a duck blind, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I mean, you can hear them talking.
No, I mean, if there's anybody else approaching, or you'd want to know.
If they're approaching, they're in a boat. When you're in a duck blind somewhere.
So you're going to see them, or?
Yeah, I mean, that's not really an issue.
Okay.
But the main thing is you've got guns going off right next to you, and if you've got 2 or 3 hunters there, you got a good day, you could be shooting 100, 200, rounds, and boy, it's loud. So I just don't do it anymore. I'm trying to hold on to every little bit that I've got left.
There you go.
It's funny because Pat and I were talking, and she says you miss a lot of the conversation.
Well, it's funny how many husbands and wives have that selective hearing loss thing going. I'm sorry, did you say something, dear?
Nothing at all, right?
Yes,
yeah.
all right, exactly.
Nope.
I didn't think so. Well, let's see. I'll get a new gun tomorrow.
Oh, do tell.
I get my SIG P365.
Whoa.
A resounding chorus of, "You suck." That's cool, man.
Yeah. Well, I already got the mags in, so I've been able to covet the mags. But, it's kind of like, okay, great. This is wonderful. I have mags. I have no gun. So, get to go pick up my gun tomorrow. So, that's cool.
Well, at least you were committed. You got the magazines.
That's right. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I had to buy a gun because I had this magazine. What am I going to do?
I accidentally picked up the wrong one.
You just can't just have a magazine that you don't have a gun for.
Since they won't return this $30 mag, honey, I had to buy it.
$30. Whew.
Yeah, I wish.
That's probably more like 60.
About $60.
I was
yeah,
going to be
for
model
12 rounder.
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went on the SIG website and just bought it directly off of there and said, yeah, it's about $60.
Yeah.
Okay. But at least you can have it. So
I'm still working on my design, but I'm having a little difficulty.
Design?
My belt-fed lever action. Probably not going to be real popular. But you don't know until you try it. Other things have caught on.
Trust me, Custer would have loved to have that.
I bet.
He left the Gatling guns behind,
Yeah.
Yeah. didn't work out so well.
You might want to rethink that one, George.
That's that whole, why do you carry so much ammo, you know? So it's like, because I don't know what's going to be happening. If I was clairvoyant, then I would, as we say, if we knew there was going to be a fight, we just wouldn't go there.
Right.
True.
So there it is. All right. Well, so Michelle, Father's Day, you guys got the whole family involved in shooting. And you made a point earlier, which is a lot of times it's not the father doing the teaching. A lot of times these days it can be a single mom doing the fire teaching.
It's true. There's lots of single moms that take their kids out shooting for the very first time or introduce them to it, which is all the more reason we need to get more moms in the shooting sports.
Yes.
I think Diana was on point too when she was talking during the radio interview that you had with her, because we are demonized as a gun owner. We're kind of grouped into this whole ugly, I don't know, group. I guess they just want to put you into this group, and yeah, we're not those people. We're professionals. We're working every day. We're protecting our family the best way that we can or know how. And actually, growing up, my dad never taught me how to shoot. We had guns in the house, that typical, there's the shotgun in the corner by the door. We never touched it. Yeah. And it wasn't until I met my now husband, at the time he wasn't my husband, that I actually started shooting. It was actually my boyfriend at the time.
Oh.
So, it's just...
What did he know about guns?
Yeah, nothing at all, right? Yeah, he literally grew up in the store. But, that's the way we raised our kids. But to the point is, if we educate the moms or the parents, or it could be grandparents anymore. My goodness, there's so many grandparents raising their children as well, grandchildren, that... it kind of starts with the mom. If they are comfortable with it and understand the process, then they're going to introduce their kids to it, and it's a normal thing.
Any family where the mom shoots, the whole family is going to shoot.
Yeah.
That's just going to happen. There's no way it doesn't happen.
And I don't know a person that doesn't come off the range excited about having been on the range with what just happened.
Right. We were discussing that on break time.
Yeah. It's like, especially if you take somebody out, make sure that they have success. And it's when you start out, the shooting is not the fun part. I mean, it's kind of fun, but the hitting is fun. You want to have success. You want to hit a target. You want to break a clay target. You want to, speaking of clay targets, they're really good targets for shooting pistols or rifles at, too.
We use them a lot for that, yeah.
And, wow, that's cool. Can I do that some more? And they come away with some success, and it was fun, and they realize it's all between your ears. It's like nobody else can do this for you. So if you hit the target, you did it, and you get all the credit for it.
Right. You're your personal athlete. Right. Nobody else is going to hold you back from what you can accomplish.
So are you suggesting I tweak my teaching a little bit and not take them right to the, you've never shot before? Let's go to the 1,000-yard pistol range.
The 1,000-yard pistol range? Right. I like this. It's called shooting in the air.
I don't know why they have no success, but, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I was able to hit one once.
So, Michelle, did you like that whole DC project?
Yeah.
Wasn't that cool?
That's awesome.
It is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They go invade D.C., and it's nonpartisan, no parties involved. It's just women talking gun rights up there.
Well,
you get an audience. She made the point. They're used to pigeonholing guys as being for gun rights. When women come up there, it's a little surprising, and it's easier to get the audience and have them listen to you.
Yeah, and I think it's phenomenal, being able to take your child that is also into shooting, or at least supports that right as well. So now you have generations, perhaps, of females going out there, moms, daughters, or however it might be. What an impact. What a way to make conversation, and hopefully it would get some kind of media coverage, but who knows?
And the other benefit of having women do it is because you've got the stereotypic machismo of, I've been shooting for 35, and now you get a woman, and men are protectors by nature, right?
Right.
And now you get a woman up there, it's going to have a lot more impact saying, I'll do anything to protect my kids.
Right.
And Mama Bear's a lot more persuasive to me than just some average Joe.
And I was just going to say that, that whole Mama Bear protective, I think it kind of kicks kicks into overdrive as well. But we can wear pearls in the daytime and still shoot on the range at night. It's okay.
Yes, I can.
Oh, that was weird.
You as in women. Okay. Maybe we should go to break now. I think maybe
the heat's getting to you.
Put my foot in my mouth here.
I was never here. Back in a sec.
The .45 Auto, also known as the 1911, is the standard other defensive pistols are measured against. No matter what pistol you carry, techniques developed around the 1911 are vital. You know you need training, and you know your concealed carry class definitely was not training. Now Gun Talk presents an exciting DVD, Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. Tiger's unique training style will have you drawing, moving, shooting, and running your gun better, no matter what style pistol you prefer. At ShopGunTalk.com, you can order our DVDs of Tiger's instruction. ShopGunTalk.com also has a 2-DVD set, including Concealed Carry 1. Get both for the information you know you need. This really is life and death. ShopGunTalk.com has DVDs, books, and other essential gear. ShopGunTalk.com. That's ShopGunTalk.com.
Okay, so we have pearls of wisdom.
Nice.
Nice. Okay.
Pocket rim shot.
Yeah. I was just thinking, I mentioned my daughter-in-law is going to the DC project. She just got drafted.
How'd she get involved in that?
Reluctantly.
We're dragged her by her hair.
I think we were actually up at the Boondocks Training Academy in Mississippi. Mm-hmm. And the owner's wife there is the Mississippi rep for the DC project. And she was saying, I think we're looking for somebody in Louisiana. And, of course, Ryan says, well, gee, I may know somebody. And so
I know this girl.
Lisa's name comes up, and then I think they contacted her. And from her description, it was kind of like, I might. Oh, I guess I'm going now. It's kind of like it just snowballed because you know how it is with a volunteer group. If you get somebody who shows any interest at all, you're in.
You're president.
That's right. Exactly. At the very least, you're a committee chairman or something.
Right. Oh, and by the way, welcome to the group.
Yes, exactly. When do we meet? Doesn't matter. You're it. So, they're going to go up this week. The four of them actually going to take the girls, my granddaughters, on their first airplane ride. So that'll be cool.
Oh, neat to go to D.C.
Go to D.C. And I think probably Ryan's going to be the take them around town while Lisa does the work up on the hill.
Awesome.
So that's kind of fun. But she's a shooter. Not a super avid competitive shooter or anything like that, but she likes to shoot. Been through the Thunder Ranch class and enjoys it. And the little girls, the 5 and 8-year-old, Ryan was just posting pictures. I think I mentioned of them shooting the pellet guns in the backyard, and they were having so much fun. Just make the targets easy. He was using the shoot and see targets. Those are great, aren't they?
I was going to recommend that, when we were talking about the clay pigeons. They are.
Yeah. I mean, you can see your hits, because regular paper targets, a lot of times it's hard to see the hits, but with these, something happens, it's reactive.
Iridescent,
iridescent painted.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I know Shoot and See developed them. I think other companies probably have them, the same technology now as well.
Right.
But they are really nice to have. And yes, they're not as precise. You wouldn't use them for a match or anything because the holes are ragged and all of that. You couldn't use it for scoring. But just for going out and having fun and shooting, they're great.
Well, and it's just empowering to provide that kind of knowledge and to provide that kind of discipline as a child grows up in the gun industry. It's very empowering.
Oh, and for anybody, it's, like I said, before you are old enough to drive, you are allowed to shoot what is clearly a powerful device under supervision and all of that, but you're being trusted. And there is something that happens as a youngster when adults trust you on things that are serious. I mean, I remember the very first time my dad, we were doing some photography, and he said, I remember exactly, he says, how does that look? I'm shooting pictures of him doing stuff. He says, how does that look? He had never asked me before, to use my judgment on something that was important, like we're shooting magazine photos. The first time you give them that responsibility and that authority, which is two different things, they grow into it, don't they?
They do. It blossoms. I mean, it's a whole different world, you know. And I think for a lot of people on the gun side of things, it's a lot scarier. But you know, there's things out there that it's the same. Basically, it's pulling a trigger. But you know, even bow and arrow.
Well,
you know, getting your child into shooting that way.
Oh yeah.
You know, is just another introduction and the same type of discipline.
Well, what about driving an automobile? That's a huge responsibility, and it is a rite of passage, and it's something that's not given away. Like, yeah, go take the car, go up to the store. I mean, it's a huge handoff, and it's a step towards adulthood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly right. Same kind of deal, but this way you could do it at age 10,
Right?
as opposed to waiting to 16 or 17, depending on your state.
But those kids that do start young, I mean, I think we all see that. The kids that start young in guns, I mean, those kids are millennials. They're the successful ones and the polite ones and the adjusted to society ones because they've been given responsibility, guided responsibility.
And the parents are not having to sue to get them out of the bedroom when they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a respect that they've gotten
Earned.
for
They've earned it,
for the firearm too. I mean, they understand what it can do.
Yeah, I don't think anybody gives somebody a gun trying to get them to learn respect.
Right.
They don't get the gun until they've proven themselves.
No,
Right.
no. And the other thing is, I mean, the adults got to figure out, okay, is this person ready? You know, and we could get into the whole sociological deal of a lot of times the reasons kids aren't ready is because their parents are lousy parents. You know, and they're helicoptering and hovering and all that. But having said all of that, it at least is a thing that is real. We know that young people respond well to this if you do it right, if you give them training.
Well, for example, Jasmine, my daughter, shot when she was 7. I mean, centerfire when she was 7. I've got other relatives and nephews and stuff that are in their 20s. I would never put a gun in their hand. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's true. I mean, they've proven themselves to not be to the level of maturity that this 7-year-old actually had.
Yep. Now, how old is Jasmine now?
She's still 7. We kept her at 7.
That's good. I think it's good. I think you
Delayed entry
keep her in the
program.
freezer. They keep well that way.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm not going to tell you her age, but you know the driving comment I just made?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, we're there, are we, Dad? Okay.
Thank God we have a long driveway.
Oh.
Yeah, but there's a lot of trees in the way.
The old driving
Right now
lessons
there
in the
are.
driveway.
Yeah, right now there's a lot of trees.
There's a lot of trees there presently.
Chainsaw time.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Well, it's a fun time. You know, the Father's Day is a fun time. If your dad's around to say hello, thank you. If he's not, you can still say thank you.
That's right.
And pass along, you know, the lessons, the experience, but also, and I say it a lot, I talk about it, the stories. God, the stories that we all have, and sometimes we forget how important they are. You know, pass all that along.
And
We won't be around forever.
And the color that we had on the regular show, just in case people don't listen to everything, but just to reiterate, to share the story, because we were able to inherit books the same way. You know, maybe who it was purchased from, how much it was purchased for, and even to the extent of Real Gun Geek, what kind of loads shot the best out of that gun. So down to the powder and bullets and everything can't be replaced.
No, exactly. That's that connection, and it's valuable. Once again, you just got to take some time to do it. It's not hard, and I like the idea of here's a gun, and here are the loads that I developed for it. Here's the loading manual. Here's the book, you know, and this rifle shoots the best with this. That'd be pretty cool. So that's the neat stuff, man. All right, well, I'll give you guys back. Why don't you just take the rest of your Father's Day off and go get in your air-conditioned cars, since Jim's such a cheapskate, he won't turn the AC on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I just can't afford to run it, you guys. Just sweat it out. You guys could just lose a couple pounds, right?
Yeah,
This is
the whole
the
sauna
was it Richard
effect.
Simmons sweating to the oldies thing? Is that what this is?
Oldies are sweating.
Oh, Oh.
Sorry, Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, I wondered why it was so dry sitting over here. Now I know why.
All right, well, that's just, we're going to wrap it up for today. It's been a great Father's Day. It's a chance to say thank you to your dad if you can, and pass along all that information that your dad has passed along to you. It's the memories, it's the stories.
That's right.
And Michelle, thank you so much for being here. Glad you're back.
Oh, thanks, Tom. And happy Father's Day to all those out there. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Next week, guys, we'll be there.
See ya.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gundealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.